album cover titled Thursday, you're going to notice here that there's a color gradient. And that's because he goes from cool, because we said, Jupiter, cool. That's why I said LL Cool J is a coded artist name. So blue, cool. And look, the endpoint, yellow, as the sun. That's not an accident.
No, these are giveaways. And he's also one of the prime decoding or the examples of one who is bringing out the information.
He's an instrument of that.
Yeah, and the themes that he sings about, his videos, everything. I mean, you can just study him.
Yeah. Now, so it's a clue that it's titled Thursday because that's representative of Jupiter's role in this. Even the song titles tell part of the story. Heaven or Las Vegas, you'll know now that Las Vegas is a code for hell. So you have Wednesday here denoting, it's in black and white, denoting the duality role of the union, and there's a convergence of those two dualistic principles. On the bra, do you notice an X? And that is below, right at the lowest point. And that's because that X represents the red dragon star, the destroyer, and its involvement in that affair. The Bible gives away a major clue in the scripture. There was a great earthquake and shaking, like at the crucifixion. So on Friday, it's the day of pole shift, and that's as the sun is dying.
But in Matthew 27:45, it says, "Now from the 6th hour, there was darkness over all the land onto the 9th hour."
Well, ninth hour is symbolic for the 9 being the completion, the end.
Yeah.
Before the reset. This is why the occult codes and the bloodliners who give the clues are all about the 19 in the code, or the 19, because it's the 1 to the 9 back to the 1 again. Don't forget that the spear of destiny being a code for the red dragon's penetration of this earthen matrix happened after the sun died, our literal sun. So it's dead. Our literal sun is dead at that point. That's when Set penetrates into the rib of creation.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And that occurs at the Friday stage. And that's why there was a great earthquake when the sun died, because that was the point of Set's penetration and the physical pole shift that occurs on Earth.
And also the physical pole shift that happens in the universe, because the convergence of the event horizon means that everything collapses in itself, but at the same time is birthed. So this is an effect that's occurring not just here, but everywhere.
So collapse and then upgrade.
Yes.
So ascension and ascension.
Exactly.
Yeah. Got to love that duality construct in the universe, because it's always in motion. Everything. As long as you're in this universe, that's how it is. Okay, so here we go again, the car theme and Jaguar. So here you have the Weekend. We told you that he often plays the archetype body of Set, the red dragon. Now he has a companion here, as a symbolic clue, being the Black Panther in the red car. If you watched most of the presentation, we said that the red Corvette tracked by Prince is code for the red dragon.
Let's just go into the Panther a little bit more, because that is very indicative.
Yep.
The Panther also represents if you could say, the gateway into the deeper mysteries, the other dimensions and densities, the revealer and the bridge between worlds.
My research led me to this, with the Jaguar god being the god of terrestrial fire and war, the night sun, and that is absolutely relative. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been guided to it. And in the lyrics to that particular track, he mentions the Wraith of Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will reveal what the definition of wraith is, because I didn't quite know. Well, I didn't know at all. It sounds like a wrath, but it said no, it's not wrath, it's wraith. So there you go. A barely visible gaseous or vaporous column. How's that for a revelation? But it's a confirmation for you, the audience, of exactly what this music track is symbolizing. It's all about the night sun and its penetration into this world, literally.
Yeah.
And just to hammer the point home again, in Dua Lipa's track New Love, a Black Panther or Jaguar pressed right up against an iron metallic skull representing death, because these two are synonymous with death, fire, destruction, ultimately purification. So like I said, study these music tracks, and those who can handle the truth.
And as I've said in the past, we are entering the place of the convergence where everything is heating up. As the sun is dying and being birthed or rebirthed into a new sun, we're experiencing the fires of the refining and also the acceleration. So,
and we did point out the scripture which outlined that the mountains will literally melt under the fervent heat. Is a lot of people's favorite band, Pearl Jam. Check out the wordplay, spelling the J Pearl. There you go. You know the J is Jupiter, and what you have here, you have a reference here, blue and white in the sky represents Sirius. You have a flying vehicle, and we've covered that, and of course, fire and destruction. P and the J.
and the column in the center penetrating right through.
Yes, yeah, the fire penetration. A lot of these mainstream acts are a part of revealing the codes subtly and not so subtly. You know, it's becoming less and less subtle as the years have gone by.
For those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, it is literally everywhere. It is all around you.
Yeah. And that's a clue here. You've got the two letters of M as well. That's symbolic also. And if you flip M over, you get, it looks like it's 33. And 33 is basically symbolic of, it's the peak of this construct. Once you progress past the 33, it's the ascendancy. That's what it symbolizes. There are initiations in Freemasonry beyond the 33rd degree. The real adept mysteries and secrets are revealed beyond the 33rd degree, because, again, they're doing the whole interplay of the symbolic. The real graduation is beyond the 33.
Yeah, it begins.
Yeah, the real initiation is beyond the 33rd degree. Yeah. That's how they have their platform. Again, this is in most intuitive knowledge. So here we have bat for lashes. Bat for lashes, actually, given Batman, the Batman bat for lashes.
Yes.
And that's slash. Is that slashes?
That's slashes, yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, really, my baby died on the beach. Fire, fire, fire.
Now, I don't want to discuss the details of false flags compared to real actual events. That's not what this discussion is about, but we will examine this promotional piece prior to the event, and it is fully loaded in code. And now you're going to know what the first thing at the very top, powered by Sirius. We told you that Sirius is the prime pillar in these celestial universal creation and uncreation mechanics. Okay, the celestial gears. So this wall is telling you that this whole system structure is powered by Sirius.
It's not Venus, as the hidden hand implies, by the way.
No, Lucifer is not Venus. Lucifer is Sirius, Isis, exactly. The mother goddess. So anyone saying that Lucifer is Venus, you're incorrect. Yeah. And hopefully we've provided a plethora of evidence against that. It was part of the compartmentalized smoke screen to hide the true identity. Yeah. And the mystery schools do that. Mm-hmm. They have levels of information. So the lower initiates, the lower level knowledge, they're probably told that Lucifer is Venus, the morning star. It's not. Not in the true sense. Mm-hmm. The bright morning star is Sirius, Lucifer, and that aligns also with the biblical scriptures that we've already outlined. Mm-hmm. So, okay, back to this coded promotional piece for that 3-day event, which was marred by a coded event with the harvest in the paddock. That's why they had that proposed shooter being his surname being Paddock, Stephen Paddock. Here you have, it's telling you Route 91. We told you the color of harvest is purple, and it's about the 9 to the 1. So 9 being the reason why Route is in red is because 9 is the completion stage of the red Kachina. Okay, so it's the fire of the 9 to the 1 being the ending and the beginning, the uncreation back to the new creation. 9, 1, harvest, and there's the red Kachina and the red Kachina or the red and the blue being merged now at the one body, and you've got the fire overhead, because that's going to be the effect at harvest. And here you have a clue to the 3 days of darkness. Welcome to your 3-day neon sleepover, because it's darkness. Yeah. You go to sleep in the dark, don't you, at night? So it's going to be 3 days of night. September to October, our intuition has revealed and is telling us the reason they performed the pre-rituals of these cyclical-based events. So they perform rituals to signal the celestial markers, and the September 11 Twin Tower event performed in September and 11, which was a symbolically chosen ritual fire sacrifice. It was a symbol for harvest, for the harvest of fire, bringing down the duality construct by fire onto the new singularity, the new age. And that's what that represented. And that was conducted in September, and that is not an accident. Now, if you look at the word September, you have S, E, P, and T. So you have the letter P symbolizing Jupiter, the Peter meaning penis as well. So you have Set and Peter aligned together at this point, and it brings ember. The effects of fire. The languages and the words, they're crafted by those who know the mysteries of the celestial workings and cycles. This is the secret order of the ages who possess these mystery keys and mystery knowledge, and they have been revealing them for us to decode. The hour is late. Okay, September is a key month, we feel, and I feel that they know that this harvest occurs, the real harvest occurs in September.
Yeah, I was shown it would be late August, September. And the bricks at the back of this also are blackened as though they were burned.
Yeah. And then you have the blue bricks above that, symbolizing Sirius.
Yeah.
So the picture does tell the story. Okay. Now here's another mega band, Metallica. And the album is called Death Magnetic. We've included the link here so people can check out the lyrics of their track Rebel of Babylon. Hugely revelatory. I'm sure they've got many more tracks which are revelatory, but forget it. This would turn into a 10-hour presentation if we were to actually be including the lyrics and songs to all of these tracks that we've included. So we're leaving it up to you to take the initiative. If you want to confirm more information for yourself, like I said, we're here to plant the seeds of the mysteries that we've uncovered and had revealed to us. And then, hopefully that's provided plenty of leadings for you to confirm more information for yourself if we haven't confirmed it for you already. We also showed how they, at the start of the movie 2012, they had the titles and the italics, the same with the film title for San Andreas, okay, because this iron body is going to bring destruction. And there you go. It's going to rise like a spear with a spear tip. And we told you what the Spear of Destiny really represents. And it's called the Spear of Destiny because it is a cyclical event through the ages. Okay, so it is destiny unfolding. And it doesn't get stopped. Okay, it is part of the design here.
No, and it doesn't get...
You can't pray it away. You can't wish it away. Just like you can't pray and wish away.
And you can't manifest it away just with good intentions, because these are the designs of creation from the very beginning onto the Alpha and the Omega of everything that we have created. So
it was designed like that from inception. Okay. And here we have, some of you might be familiar with this other revealer poppy. That poppy, I've been exposed to on a minimal level, a lot of weird stuff. I felt there was some MK Ultra accusing there, so I didn't really pay much attention, but I was guided to this video and its associated image here, which does back up and support further. Not that we need the confirmation at all. We've long known the truth of what's coming. Lauda knew it from when she came in. Okay, and from the King of Kings who sent her here to be witness and perform her role here. And that's all I'm going to say on that. That's for your testimony to reveal further when you will it. But here you go. This is the lyrics to this track. We will include this because it's pertinent. This bad taste, these headaches. Wake up on the floor again. My torn dress, this failed test. Soon they will be erased. Now, this is obviously the inverted aspect of the feminine part of Sirius speaking, so they make it that it's her voice saying this. You know, they're talking about her torn dress being all the corruptions on this earth at this stage, and it's a failed test, a failed creation overall.
Yes.
And
the inversion is, and that's what I've said from the beginning. It's failed.
Creators create creators, and sometimes the seeds don't bring fruit, and something it needs to be dissolved and transformed.
And this is the reason why the plan as designed was such that we have entered into this game at this juncture because the experiment failed and because measures needed to be taken in order to balance the imbalance. And and preserve the potential, preserve those that are the potential of the becoming.
Yeah. You have Poppy dressed in purple, the color of harvest. You can see they're sitting directly opposite each other, so that's indicative of an alignment. You've got the alignment with Set occurring, and in between them is the skull, death, because when they both align, it's going to be death and destruction. The poet William Blake. Now, this is an old image. I don't know exactly what year, but it's very, very old, and he was apparently commissioned to do art pieces for some Bible scriptures, and this is his depiction of the great red dragon and the woman clothed with the sun. And there you have a love heart reference. So this is where the love heart, just to confirm that the love heart is used to denote the union between Sirius and Jupiter. And there you have a further alignment with Set. The red dragon coming down.
And the red dragon is the serpent as well.
Yeah. And do you notice the spirals?
Yeah.
If that's a clue that it does come cyclically.
This is an ancient Egyptian depiction that comes from the ancient Sumerian. It is the resurrection of the sun, which is also depicted in the symbology of Jesus' resurrection from the crucifixion. So it is actually the same story being told of the sun being birthed after death and after going through a death.
Yeah, so what they've done, the scribes, the mystery school scribes, have actually merged a physical celestial event with the life of the God-man.
So the sun, the celestial birthing of the sun, is the same in the flesh body of the, quote, S-O-N, Son of Man. So as above, so below.
The King of Kings, the true King of Kings, Isa, was merged into this account of what happens with Set. And so what they've done is, in the dualistic frame, they've merged the life of Isa, the actual physical incarnation, godly life. They've melded his life into the celestial cycles and the death and resurrection celestial process. The Bible is a black and white checkerboard designed creation, and it has been scribed to the black and white. It tells the story of duality. It is a dualistic form in its assembly. So this is why they say they're always working the black and the white. So they turned the life of Isa, who did not taste death, who was ascended, literally ascended, just like people are going to be ascended at a certain point of the age, the days of tribulation. There will be a gathering, as Lauda has been shown, and she's given part testimony to that. The lifeblood of Isa, who overcame this world system and was impenetrable to its negative harvesting machinations, which does involve beheading. And in saying that, this is why in the Kali depiction, to give you a clue, because I know it's a big statement to make, to give you a clue, Kali is carrying the beheaded body of Baal, Set. That's where the beheading takes place, and the powers and the principalities of this world system, okay, the agents, the inverted agents who are performing the negative aspects of this duality structure and all its systems and plans of dictatorship, just stripping away liberties, becoming draconian in their laws and actions. They're fulfilling the inverse of that. They want to turn you into Set. They want you to have the fate of Set based on that energy alignment. It's a hard thing to explain. I'm trying to explain as best I can.
Yeah, they want to make everyone into the manifestation of the inversion.
Exactly, which is the body of Set.
Right, and just as this picture in the Egyptian depiction, you can see that it is two worlds reflecting one another, one verted and one inverted. If you can look at it below, at the bottom of the picture, you can see that there's another mirror reflection of it. So on top of each, quote, guardian, there is something that they're wearing in their head as well, which one is a pillar of sorts, which would be the penetration point, and the other one would be the womb, where the penetration point goes into. So this is the inverted portion of reality. So they're trying to make everyone into the inverted aspect of the story.
And whose fate physically results in beheading.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is what happens to the god that they worship and the energy that they're aligned with, that energy form. So I know it's massive. I know it's a lot for people to get their head around on such words. Nothing is what it seems to be here. And the scriptures have literally been crafted as a dualistic form, in a dualism form, and you are meant to be able to recognize what the white squares are and what the black squares are, but they want to promote the blood sacrifice agenda, and they want you to follow that path in your heart and to even have a form of acceptance of that and permissions. They do want the religioned adherents to follow that destiny path, that fate, the fate of their Lord, their King, Baal, who's going to be, in a way, beheaded and disempowered and then bound. So, look, there's a lot of inversion principles being applied in the sorcery of particular religious works, which were sanctioned and authorized and assembled by the rulers of this world system, which are working the dualistic principles of both being the catalyst and agents of both positive and negative workings in the designed, assembled framework of such agencies.
Yeah.
And like I said, they give with one hand, they take with one hand. There's a lot of light, truth, and wisdom and positive messages. It's just like even when you look at Hollywood movies, the Hollywood movies they produce, they include both perverted, corrupt themes, but then they'll have like the positive message at the end, and they'll even show what the road of those negative deeds leads to. But yet they'll make the vice and the carnal look like fun and something positive to experience. And so this is the framework. And this is vital that people can grasp this or even try to.
Yeah.
We're just asking you to explore, to not have a closed mind to that, because it's vital. And what we give permission to and acceptance to, everything starts with the thought. The creative process is with the thought. So if you say in your mind, I just want to be just like Jesus, I'm going to go to heaven. If they can behead me, that's going to be my ticket to heaven, so screw them. Be very, very, very careful of those thought forms, because thoughts are creative.
Yeah. Thoughts are made manifest, and that's the nature of this reality.
Yeah, except when you're trying to like think away the sun from rising. You know, there are certain things.
The subconscious creates as much as the conscious.